Is it not a beautiful time of year to be outdoors? Is it not one of the best times of the year to be outside, to see all the beauty, all the blooms, all the flowers and the trees starting to bud, starting to bloom? And it's one of the best time of the years to get out and do some fishing. Right now it's March the 21st. I think spring came on March the 19th, a couple of days ago. And thanks again, guys, for tuning in for another one. I thought I would share with you at least what I think is the best time to catch these stock trout. It's one of the easiest ways, I think, to catch them, and it's not so much about what you're throwing. It's got something to do with kind of being in the right place at the right time. I was fortunate enough to be there when they stocked Rock House Lake. I've never been at the lake when they stocked these trout, and the first day of spring came on March the 19th. I knew it was about time for them to stock. If you kind of watch the patterns and the way they stock here in West Virginia, you can narrow it down to about what week, probably within a few days of when they're going to stock, but you just don't know the exact day they're going to stock. But I went up there on March the 19th a couple of days ago, and when I pulled in the parking lot, I knew something unusual. There were quite a few vehicles there, a lot of people standing around looking, for that stock truck. At least that's what I felt. I'm thinking maybe I am in the right place at the right time. So I kind of waited it out. No one was fishing. Everybody was just waiting on that stock truck, because fishing up there, not only up at Rock House, but even in the river, has been tough for me lately, with the exception of a couple nice smallmouth the other day here in the Spruce. But I went up there on the 19th hoping they would stock. So about 1 o'clock, the West Virginia DNR stock truck pulled in. So I was there. I got to witness that. They kind of threw the trout, all around the lake. They dumped the majority of them right there off the boat ramp. So I got to be there, when they done that. They put some pretty good fish in. In fact, they put 960 pounds of trout in that lake. It's quite a few trout. They put some good size ones. They put some rainbows, some golds. So I was able to get some of that on film, which was pretty cool, but I've never been there and fished the day of the stocking. So I kind of got off to myself. I fished this one point on the lake. There are quite a few people, believe it or not, that will actually fish right behind the stock truck as they're putting them in the lake, if you can believe that. And people do catch them that way. But that's not something I want to do. That's almost an insult to the fish. But I like to give them a little bit of a fighting chance. And to me, it's just not fair. I don't think. It's not my style of fishing. But hey, if that's what you want to do, knock yourselves out. But anyways, kind of got off to myself. And guys, it's not so much about what you're throwing. You guys, if you follow my channel, know what I throw for these trout. I use a lot of Joe's flies, rooster tails. I'll use super dupers. I'll use the Jake, and occasionally I'll use a grub, a curly tail grub. But anyway, I did lose my black net Joe's fly the other day. Could not get me another one. I had to pick up what they call a Spitfire. It's a little different color. It's got some red and brown on it. It is a gold blade, and it is also a 1/4 ounce Joe's fly. So you can cast it pretty good. You can get it down there in the water column. That's what I started with, and I was, again, off to myself. The only problem with fishing on the first day of spring, and we have these weather patterns here in the month of March in West Virginia, you just have these days that are super windy. We had sustained winds about 20-25 miles an hour, gusts up to 50. It's been really bad the past couple days. Right now, it's kind of calm. We do have a slight breeze, but I feel I could still be up there catching trout if it wasn't for the wind. That's why I had to quit early. But nonetheless, it was my first opportunity to fish on the day they stocked, and guys, I done pretty good. I actually caught about 4 trout, a couple really good trout. All the trout I caught were rainbows, so I think they put more rainbows in there than anything. Caught a lot of browns the last time, but this time caught 4 rainbow trout again, 2 of them that was really good. So I thought I would share with you that footage. And again, I think if you go up there and throw a super duper, a rooster tail, these inline spinners work really well. And something that a lot of people have forgot about is the curly tail grub, and you can catch them on that as well. But guys, if you ever get the chance to go when they stock, I know you can catch them. I've heard people say the best time to go is about 3 days after they stock, which, you know, that might be true. I've caught them, you know, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after they stock until they're pretty much all caught out. But nonetheless, it is the great time to catch them. It's one of the easiest times to catch these trout, and you wonder, they've rode around in that stock truck all day, at least all morning. I think they stocked about 1 o'clock, but they've spent a lot of time in the back of that stock truck, and you just think these fish wouldn't be hungry or they wouldn't be ready to feed. You think they might have to get acclimated to their environment. But I'm here to tell you, I wasn't the only one catching fish up there at Rock House Lake. Soon as they start throwing them in, guys, you will see people starting to catch these fish. And it didn't take me very long to hook into that first one, but I thought I would share that with you. And again, if you ever get to go, or if you ever get the opportunity to trout fish, and I'm pretty much talking about ponds or lakes, not so much about the rivers, because in the rivers these trout have a lot more places to hide, a lot more structure, so they're a little bit harder as dumping them in these ponds or these lakes. So I'm kind of specifically talking about the lakes. So to me, at least in my experiences, it is one of the easiest ways and the best ways to catch a trout. And again, it's not so much about what you're throwing. But anyways, guys, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. And again, this was on March the 19th, the first day of spring up at Rock House Lake. Let's hop right into it.
Oh, this is a good one. Now, this is a good trout. Come in here, buddy. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys. This is not a bad trout right here. He's a little over 16 inches. Nice rainbow. Just letting him catch his breath here. We're going to turn him loose. All right. All right, guys. That's not a bad rainbow. Beautiful fish right here. Let's let him go. You ready to go? Yeah, he's ready. Thank you, Mr. Rainbow. All right, guys. It is our first one, and it was a good one. Measured a little over 16 inches. Nice rainbow. Let's see if we can catch another one. It didn't take very long, guys. Kind of on this point by myself. Kind of got away from everybody. Of course, that's not my style of fishing, so I've got a lot of room here to make some casts. I'm using this split fire, or should I say Spitfire, Joe's fly. I'll show you what I'm using right here. With the gold blade, that is a 1/4 ounce Spitfire. I am using a barrel swivel. That's exactly what we caught that rainbow on. I guess I kind of got the wind to my advantage here, so let's throw it a little while here, guys. See if we can catch another one. We got another one. Alright, let's get our net here. Alright. Come in here, Mr. Trout. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, guys. Let's let him go. Get out of here. There's one. There's one. We got another one, guys. Come in here, Trout. Come in here, buddy. I'll take it. I'll take it, man. Let's go. Come on. All right. It was not a bad. Let's let him go. Get out of here, buddy. Man, you cannot hold on to those trout, but there's number 3. I think this is a bad one. I don't think it is. Come in here, buddy. Yeah. All right, guys, we got number 4. This is a good one. All right, guys. All right, guys, let's let this one go back. He's about 16 1/4. This is not a bad one either. This is probably like that first one, but let's let him go back. Live another day. Somebody else might catch him. You gonna make it, buddy? Swim off for me. He's thinking about it. All right. Well, at least he's upright. I believe he's going to make it. We'll see you, Trout. Yeah, I believe he's going to make it, guys. You can see him right there. There he goes. Later, buddy.
Folks, I was wondering there for a minute if that trout was going to make it. I don't keep these trout out any longer than I have to. That treble back hook on that Joe's fly got tangled in my net. I like to never got the hook out of that fish's mouth. So I had him out quite a while, and I wasn't for sure if he was going to make it. But when I stuck him in the water, he stayed upright, and he eventually swam off under his own power, and he will live to fight another day. I'm sure one of you guys will probably hook into that fish sooner or later, but that was a 16 1/4 inch rainbow. It's a really good trout, a beautiful trout actually, and that's just what I like doing, guys. I pretty much throw everything back. I don't keep anything. A lot of the rivers around here are contaminated, but I know a lot of you folks keep the trout, and that's perfectly fine to eat. I mean, those trout are going to die anyway, but he will live to fight another day, and maybe one of you guys could catch him, because to be honest with you, April's almost here, and you guys who follow my channel know I love to smallmouth fish. That's what I do 99% of the time. The other 1% is probably trout fishing, you know, throughout the winter and early spring. But April's almost upon us. The river's already getting fired up. I've already been catching some smallmouth. And if you guys, if you like smallmouth fishing, or if that's something you're into, I would like for you to, you know, subscribe to the channel if you would, if you haven't already. This channel has been growing pretty good here recently, so I want to thank each and every one of you who have watched and subscribed to this channel. Stay tuned, because I think this is going to be another good year. I caught a trophy back in February, believe it or not. But like I say, I can't wait to get back in the water. I don't own a boat. I don't own a kayak. I do own a pair of hip waders, and I also have a passion for fishing, and that's what I like to do. And guys, if that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button, and that way you won't miss any of my future videos. And by the way, the two nice smallmouth that I was talking about earlier in the video, I caught them here on the Spruce River. This is just a small river system here close to home. If you happen to miss that video, guys, you can click right here and watch that video. Again, a couple nice smallmouth, and I can't wait, like I say, to get back in the water. And again, once we do, guys, it's going to be on. So I thank you for your support. Guys, I will catch you on the next one. But until then, thank you for watching.